Okay, friends, buckle up because we're going there. So one day you're living your life, and the next, you're knee deep in your parents' basement trying to decide if it's emotionally irresponsible to throw out a VCR from 1984.
Yep, Dr. Boga, whether your parents are downsizing to senior living, moving out of the house they've been in since the Carter administration, or let's face it, they've passed away. Now you're the one left holding the emotional and literal baggage. STG Concierge Moving and Organizing is who you need to call.
These women don't flinch at dust, drama, or decades of stuff. They'll pack, purge, organize, and set it all up on the other end without making you feel like a complete disaster. No judgment, just results. And yes, they're totally finding a respectful way to deal with your mom's fondue pot collection.
So if you're losing your mind, your patience, or just your hallway to the boxes, call STG Concierge Moving and Organizing. They'll help you move on in more ways than one.
STG Concierge Moving and Organizing, every detail handled with care. Check out their website at www.stgconcierge.com. They're unpolishedly tested and unpolishedly approved.
What do you get when the audacious and the therapist collide? A crash course in unpolished therapy. Rachel Silvercone and Dr. Boca aren't afraid to spin out of control, tackling all the tough talk. Their weekly sesh meets at the corner of audacity and advice, where their wheels and yours get turned upside down.
Hi, Dr. Boca.
Hello, how are you, Rach?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm out of my pajamas for today. I'm so excited. But tell me how you are first. How are you?
I'm so good and I'm so excited about today. As you can see, my whole background is with clothing, and I should probably do that even better. You're going to get to see so much stuff. If you're on um, our YouTube page, you're totally going to get to see everything. And if you're hearing about this and you're a listener, we encourage you to go to our YouTube page because then you'll actually see what I'm talking about. But I am sitting in the most incredible little find in Boca Raton, Florida. And I'm super excited to be at the Curated Closet in East Boca with the owner, Tracy Blitz, who for over 20 years, she's immersed herself in the world of high-end consignment. And she's been transforming her passion for luxury fashion and refined expertise. She has spent decades helping clients give designers places a second life, and we're going to get to see all of this. I have the best time coming in here. She has had multiple jobs before this, but she's come back to the curated closet because she believes the beauty of giving luxury pieces a second chance. How many of you guys have things in your closet that you no longer want to wear and you don't want to throw it away because it's still on trend, but you also would like to be able to get it out of your closet and get some money so that you could go and buy something? That is what the curated closet is all about. Every handbag, dress, accessories tells a story, and she takes pride in ensuring that each item meets the high quality or the high standards of quality, authenticity, and style before it actually reaches the floor. So it's more than just a place to shop. It's a place to discover, design, and connect. And let me tell you, the few times that I've been here, I have connected, I have met friends here, and I have shopped till I dropped. So I hope that everybody will come and check out this place in East Boca. And without further ado, Rach, if you don't mind, I'm going to sorry, I'm so excited today that I'm like falling over myself that I'm going to bring on our guest, the owner of the Curated Closet, Tracy Blitz.
Hello, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Boca. It's so
Hi,
good to see
Rachel.
you. Thanks for
Hi,
having
you guys are
me.
having a field trip. I love it. It's like field trip day from school. We're
It's
all dressed up for the field trip. I love it. We're going back in time, literally and figuratively.
Yep.
I love it. Well, welcome to Unpolished Therapy. And Dr. Boga, I love when you kind of bring great old finds and we're revisiting it to something new and current, which it sounds as though that's exactly what the curated closet is. So this is going to be a fun episode for sure. Tracy, thank you for joining us. And buyer beware. This is new territory for us, right? D-Bay, you're on location.
We've never been on location before. I mean, I have come up with some great guests, but never have I gone so out of the box and surprised our listeners and you, Rach, with somebody who is on location. And let me tell you, we are so unpolished that we've already had the police here once. So, like,
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Right. And so just to all of our listeners, and full disclosure, Tracy has become a very good friend of mine. I knew her before the Curated Closet, and now I know her as the Curated Closet, and she is the buzz around Boca. So can you just start, Tracy, with letting me know how this became a thing? And to our viewers, before Tracy answers this jacket that I'm wearing is part of the Curated Closet, but you all know I'm in perimenopause and I'm sweating to death right now, so I'm going to take it off, but I just wanted everybody to see it has some knit, zips out, it's beautiful, and thank you, Tracy, for letting me wear it for the show. And it is hot.
Absolutely.
So tell me how this all came to fruition.
So, just going back to my several jobs before the Curated Closet was born, I worked in finance for 6 years.
Okay.
And I was tired of working around the clock in finance. And then I made a switch over to the world of technology. I worked in technology recruiting and consulting, and I did that for a really long time. And COVID pretty much changed our business. And I decided that it's time for me to take a step back and do something that I really was passionate about doing. Because what you're doing every day, all day, you should be excited and happy about, and it should
Absolutely.
be rewarding. So I started consigning when I was in college,
Wow,
and
I didn't even know about consignment. Rach, did you know about consignment in college?
I didn't know about consignment in college, but I know when I was a teenager or at the age where my parents would let me go into the city, one of the fun things we would do on the weekends, we were always going downtown to like the antique boutique or the Army Navy store, and we were digging through other people's trash that became our treasure. So if that's what consignment is, yeah, I know about it. I wasn't good at it, but I think it's a cool concept for sure.
Let me tell you, us in Boca Raton, we didn't know from consignment, or at least I did know from consignment until, again, I was up in New York and found consignment stores. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I have been a consignment whore ever since. So this has been the best find in Boca. By the way, to our viewers, how adorable are Tracy's glasses? I'm obsessed. I want to pull them off her face and pull them on. I usually look at Rachel's, who are phenomenal also. And now I'm looking at Tracy's. I'm like, oh, those are amazing. So how long have you been open?
so we actually opened in May.
Okay.
We have a website, so we do ship all over the country.
Wow, listeners.
We are on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And you can always call or email us if you're looking for something that you might not see. And so we opened in May, which is in South Florida, the worst time ever to start a business because it's like hotter than hot and right into the heat of the summer where everybody leaves. And so I just decided I was going to improve all the things that weren't going right. And, when everybody came back, it was just full force. And now we're bursting out of our space.
Amazing. Amazing. I have so many questions. Tracy, just so you know, and I know Dr. Boca and you are good friends. For the podcast purposes, we're always like battling it out, talking over each other for time asking the questions. But I'm going to monopolize this because she pulled the long stick and I pulled the short stick, and she's on location with you. So it's my turn. And I just want to say, first of all, in the spirit of having team spirit, I pulled out of my closet a little like bolero jacket from circa 1980 something that I had ever wanted to get rid of because I become so attached to my clothes. And even
Mhm.
though I hadn't worn it in decades, I just thought that it would be a fun thing to put on as we get into some of these Q&A about the love of what we buy and then having to kind of like break up with our clothes in this phenomenon that has become consigning. And I'm hearing it all the time. While you are the game in town, and I cannot wait to come down and go to town in the store, I'm hearing it more and more and more that people are consigning. So I guess my first statement is I love the idea that you took a passion, you're pursuing it, and now you're making it profitable. I just think that it really is such a beautiful way to wake up in the morning and have a spring in your step to do what you love. So bravo to that for leaving your old industry and following your passion.
And this is way more fun, by the
Thank
way. I don't even
you.
do it, and I can tell you it's way more fun.
Absolutely. My problem would be is that I would be eating all the profits, not literally the food, but anything that I sold, I would take that money and I would buy myself more clothes, which
But
leads me to my question though, of like, how do most of us get rid of things that we once thought we loved when the trends are constantly trending? And kind of speak to that a little bit.
So some people have attachments to things
Mhm.
and others don't. I'm in the category that it's a thing and I get bored with it. And I think that this goes back to when living in New York City and
Mhm.
space was very
Yeah.
limited. So in order you just could not, there was no room to hoard because you had limited space. So I think that you would go through, and if the rule is if you've not worn it in the past 2 to 3 years,
Mhm.
then you should get rid of it, whether you donate it, give it away, or consign.
Mhm.
That's the rule of thumb. Yes, things go out of style and then they come back. I believe it's full circle. However, I think that that people who have a hard time of getting rid of things need a swift kick in the butt from someone like me to
Okay.
say, are you really ever going to wear this again? And how much have you worn this in the past 2 to 3 years? And if it's something that is very special and has meaning to you, then I understand. Or if it's a beautiful investment piece that even though you've not worn it in 2 or 3 years, there are exceptions to the rule. But if
Sure.
you have a very crowded closet
Mhm.
and multiple things with tags on them that
Mhm.
you've not worn in 2 to 3 years and they're fashion or very trendy, let somebody else enjoy it and use that money to buy something that you really feel would be an investment piece.
So you're speaking to me directly, I think, on a lot of these things. But let's back up for a minute and let's bring it to brass tacks in the sense that what exactly is the process of consignment? Here's a bunch of shit or good shit, bad shit, just crap I'm not wearing anymore that you've now bullied me into getting out of my closet. What is the consignment process?
So you make an appointment to bring your items in
Okay.
with me. And everything, I always say they need to be in new or like new condition. So that means no stains, no tears, no pilling, because nobody wants to buy shit. Although your shit might be attractive shit to somebody
Yeah.
else.
You don't
So
want it to be dirty,
no, you don't
right?
want it to be dirty or ripped and,
Yeah.
there's a difference between real thrift
Mhm.
and consignment.
Okay.
So you make the appointment, you bring the things in, I go through them and I look and I see if I think that anything is resaleable. And I believe in high and low. So I believe in luxury and I believe in mid-market trend. I believe if there's something with a no-name brand, but I think that it's resaleable,
Mhm.
I'm going to take it. And I know and I'm very confident that somebody else will buy it.
Okay.
So, yes, so you sign a contract.
Okay.
You're not signing your life away.
Mhm.
Anything that sells for $300 and more, the consignor makes 50%
Okay.
of what it sells for. Anything that sells for $299 and less, the consignor makes 40% of what the item sells for. We mail checks the first week of the month.
They do. They actually do because I get a lot of that.
And we've actually just implemented a new feature over the past month where you can create an username and password and have access to all of your inventory
So you
online.
can visit your stuff, like, you can say hi to it and check on it, see how it's doing?
Yep, yep. You see what sells, what doesn't sell. Now, anything that's non-luxury, typically we keep for almost 6 months.
Mhm.
And then at the end of 6 months, those items get marked down 25% every 30 days. And at the end of 6 months, it's on the consigner to reach out and say, I want to come back and pick up what's left. And we
Mhm.
give them like 48 hours. If not, then we're happy to donate it. And right now we've been donating to the breast cancer organization.
Love
Love
that. Love that. Love that.
Luxury items don't get marked down unless we have a sale.
Mhm.
And we keep those for 9 months,
Mhm.
and we have to make certain that they're not also posted like Poshmark or The RealReal, anywhere else, because we've experienced those conflicts, and that's something that we don't want to engage in.
Right.
So I have a confession here. I'm having a really hard time concentrating because I'm looking at all the stuff I may want to take home with me. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I mean, look, I just got to show you. I mean, are you not jealous? Look at the Chanel that's sitting right next to me. Like I'm having like this
I'm jealous on so many levels.
this impulsive desire. I mean, doesn't it look so good on me, Rach? Wait, and
It does. Come into the frame a little bit more so our
okay.
viewers can see.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, right? How fun is this? This is the best podcast ever. Look
The
at that.
denim with the
And look at the denim. I mean, look at
gold
this.
studs.
Like if you have a denim and jewels thing to go to,
Yeah,
how great is
absolutely.
this? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm just really having a hard time, Tracy. I mean, I like I want to walk around with the computer. Can I do that, Rach? Like,
Well, maybe what you could do, Dr. Boga, since you're so multi-talented, maybe you should kind of mull around, do some browsing, find something fabulous, maybe try it on, come back. I still have a slew of questions for Tracy
okay, then
that I
I'll
would
leave the
love answered.
so I'll step away and you can be with Tracy and I'm just gonna walk around with my Chanel. And if I happen to leave
Right.
the store, you won't know that.
Exactly.
The
Exactly. And
caps
if
have
you get
already
lost
visited
along the
lunch.
way, right. Tracy, let me ask you this. So, like, if someone was looking for a used car per se, there's like the Kelly Blue Book, if you will, right? Like, what's the fair market value? I bring you all my stuff, and how are you making the determination as to how to price the product?
So, with over 20 years of resale
Hmm.
experience, you take what's out in the resale marketplace, and there's an average of high prices and low prices. I also have an AI component in my inventory system based
Okay.
upon quality of the item, the age of the item, and that's how I come up with the price.
Okay. It must be time consuming for you. And I look at it, and correct me if I'm wrong here. Part of my unpolishedness is my attention span. I like to kind of streamline things. I want it to be neat and clean and easy more times than not, especially since COVID. But if I'm buying stuff, even if it is impulsive, I'm doing it online from my laptop and from the comfort of my own home. When I do go into a store, I feel very overwhelmed. And while Dr. Boca has been raving about the beauty of the curated closet, and I'm sure it's impeccable, I cannot wait to get my ass there. Um, it would seem to me that consignment shops, there's just an array of inventory. So how do you make your customer feel warm and welcome and not have them feel overwhelmed with the vastness of inventory that you have?
So funny you should ask that, Rachel.
Let's all chuckle about it.
I
Okay.
always ask everyone where they heard about us
Okay.
and whether it's social media or Googling consignment stores so they can come shopping. But I ask them if they're looking for anything in particular. So
Okay.
people who make a hobby out of consignment shopping,
Mhm.
they're like, it's the thrill of like,
Okay.
what is
The
it?
thrill of the find.
Thrill of the finds. Like, what's the best deal for the
Mm.
coolest item that they can find? What's unique? What's fun? Some people are only looking for vintage pieces. Some people are looking for 90s pieces. It's very trending right now. So those folks don't want to be bothered. They want to go on
Okay.
their own. Other people are coming and they're like, I have a wedding, you know, I'm not really looking to spend a ton of money, but I wanna look cute.
Mhm.
What do
Mhm.
you Some people, come in, they're colleges in the area, college
Mhm.
girls come for different themed
Right.
sorority parties. Some people are looking for, what is I need a cute pair of sneakers and I'd like them to be luxury, but I
Okay.
don't wanna pay $700 for a golden goose. Do you have
Mhm.
golden goose here that
Right.
are like new? And the thing that I pride most about is everything is in like new or new condition,
Mhm. Mhm.
so which means that there's a lot of inventory with tags. So, what I would do for someone like you who might get overwhelmed is you would tell me, like, what exactly do you have in mind?
Right.
And
And you kind of are doing it for me because the idea that I think back to like and I'm dating myself, but like filings, these are old school places where the inventory was just absolutely enormous. I used to go with my grandmother and I would just twitch in the corner. But there's some people that it is such a like the best afternoon for them to go and dig and search and take their time. And again, I guess, that's what makes horse racing, right? Some people are into it and some people are not. I'm sort of the hybrid because the idea of getting a great find is who wouldn't want that? But I would need an expert like you to help me dig through in order to kind of find that jackpot.
yeah, and I love to do it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So,
Wait.
okay,
Dr. Boca,
Okay,
round her
first of
round.
all, okay. So how cute is this little love sweater that I just found? Okay. And I would show you both of my shoes, except she only puts one out so that you can't steal them. So
okay.
I found the cutest little, look at this little espadrille Chanel that is, oh my God, fits my foot exactly. Isn't that a
They
damn
say that there's no coincidences here on Unpolished
Okay, but
Therapy.
this is an issue, right? Because this is where I struggle coming to a consignment store is I walk in and as Rachel said, it can be overwhelming, which is why, probably before we recorded this, I should have asked you to put together a curated closet for me because I get overwhelmed with this. But I come in and I fall in love with something and it's not in my size. And then I go home and I dream about it. And I'm like, oh, be on the lookout for it. And what are the chances that it comes again? So, how do I deal with that?
So I have a profile and I know all the things that my consigners or my customers like. And plenty of people tell me if you get the Chanel loafers in with the padding that are impossible to find, let me know. So I know that I do not have a ton of 41 and 42 luxury shoes, and I have a large clientele base that are looking for 41 and 42 luxury shoes. So if you're out there and you have bigger size feet and you want to consign your luxury shoes, they will fly off of the shelves because I have a lot of ladies looking for them. So to answer your question, I put all those notes in the
I love that.
profile.
I love that. Like, I mean, that's like better than having a private shopper at Neiman's do this, right? You're getting Neiman style stuff at not Neiman style prices. And, you know, you take a vested interest in us, and I appreciate that. I got to tell you, Rach, I know that we're supposed to be interviewing Tracy and I shouldn't be talking for her. However, I will tell you one of the coolest things is when I do see somebody when I'm in the store and they're picking out something that I brought in. I do find a moment of little joy and a little like, oh, shoot, should I not have given that away? Because it is actually cute.
Well, let me ask a question on that. It's kind of twofold. One is to Tracy. Obviously, the trend, if you will, of consigning is on an uptick. So it's all the rage now. But I wonder if you have to have a little etiquette in terms of the privacy of someone who's giving away their stuff versus someone who's buying it. And I wonder if there's industry etiquette involved with that relative to who consigns, who doesn't, because to Dr. Boca's point, we're getting Neiman Marcus material for not really shoestring budget, but there's a big below par value there. So I would guess that it would be very hard if you're finding phenomenal finds at the curated closet to ever go back to be paying these premium prices for something that if you have a little patience and an expert like you can probably get some hot deals.
Absolutely. So one is I do not share with consigners or customers who's buying what. I think that I've lost track of we're on like number 500 and some odd consigner, so I might remember the first 10 because I just lost track of being able to be like, oh, this person consigned all of this.
Right.
However, there's a style that each person either has or had, and you can tell from repeat customers whether, you know, they're either trying to change their style or they constantly go back to what they were. So, you know, you get to know your customers of what they're looking for, um, you know, what they had, because I have a ton of consigners who are also customers.
Right.
So,
Right.
what
Dr. Boca, you
hap-
just outed yourself, which is why you're like half in the frame and half
No,
out.
I
Scoot
know
over so we
because
can
I
see
have
your
to
cute
look
sweater.
at these shoes that I just
Oh,
tried on.
wow.
I know those. You're not screaming your name, Rach.
So tell us a little bit about those shoes. Let's hear what those are.
I'll show them to our viewers.
Okay.
And you can try them.
they're gorgeous.
They are.
They are, I don't know the brand off the top of my head, but they
They're
have the
beautiful,
tip. They're
actually.
beautiful. They are
For
actually,
those who
they're
are just listening on whether it's Apple, Spotify, Google, etc., I'm looking at a high heel booty that's in like a cheetah or leopard print, but with a very light undertone. It's like more of like a beige, but then with like a right. Am I describing
Yep,
that?
they're
You're doing great, Rach.
yes. They're Giuseppe Zanotti, and
Uh-huh.
they're 38 and a half.
Which translates to what? 6.5? Say 6.5.
No, they're 8.5 and they just barely fit my foot.
They're actually an
Oh.
8.
Oh, shoot. That's why they were a little
So give us
tight.
so Giuseppe Zanotti, give us an idea of so it's size 38. They look like they're in impeccable condition.
They are.
are.
They've never been worn.
Well,
So
they did
give-
your hot
so
second. now.
what did that retail for, and what are you consigning that for now?
So I believe they were originally retailed for in the 850, 900
Okay.
range, maybe more. I don't know off the top of my head. However, they are now being sold for $350.
Wow. I mean, if that you no, you don't need to have a finance background to know that that is the deal of the century, folks.
But notice, Rach, I was able to sniff those out just by sitting here.
Of course you were, Dr. Boca. You are a woman of many talents. If I
I
haven't told you
am.
before, I am telling you now. Well done, my
They're
friend.
gorgeous.
Well done. Is there
They're-
any other great finds? Maybe you want to sniff around and see.
I'm
if you
going
can-
to. You're trying to get rid of me, aren't you?
No,
There's
I want you to try to find something. I'm a 6.5.
Okay,
And
I'll look for
like
you.
maybe 7 if I had a little bit too much salt. But see what you can find for me. Tracy, I want to circle back to something though, because in a world that is constantly moving and shaking, right? It's impossible to keep up with the trends, like even TikTok trends for that matter, let alone the fashion trends, right? 1 minute, Monday through Wednesday, there's a hot take on something and it's the trends of the week. But by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that trend is gone and the train has left the station, right? So for someone like me who really does hold on to things that I have this love affair because I'm emotionally invested with the piece of whether it's clothing or a pocketbook or a pair of shoes, I really want to go back to how to determine not really what's timeless, but I guess from the style perspective, because there's some things that I feel as though today I'm never wearing again. But if I give it to you to consign, or if I give it away because it's just a full donation, right? I don't know if it's Murphy's Law, but I feel like as soon as it's out of my sphere, it's going to quote unquote come back into style and I'm going to wish that I had it. So talk me off the ledge with
So I've been there
that.
through all of my years of consigning. I shouldn't have consigned this. I shouldn't have consigned that. But you just have to be in the mindset of it's just a thing.
Mhm.
You can let it go.
Mhm.
And
And
you,
if it's meant to be, it'll come back.
and if it's meant to be, you'll come back, or you use that money
Mhm.
to buy something new that you sell it for.
Okay. I'm having a tough time, and that's the irony of unpolished therapy is it's not real therapy, and it is for entertainment purposes, and we always want to protect Dr. Boca's license, but we have all heard that shopping, right? The retail therapy of it all, really, there is a psychological like dopamine or injection of some type of high that we get from a great find. And in this case, yes, it may not be from Saks or Neiman Marcus or Fifth Avenue or Madison Avenue, but coming into a store like yours and being able to find a treasure, that is as much retail therapy as being on Dr. Boca's couch for real and shrinking someone's head. And I wonder when you have your customers, and my guess is that once a customer, always a customer, right? I would imagine you have a lot of repeat business. Can you sense and see the energy that exudes when they catch something on the
Oh.
hook in your store? Talk to the listeners and tell us about that.
Every single day. Every single day. Retail therapy is present. And wait till you see these shoes that Dr. Boca. I am
Here
sorry.
comes
I
Dr.
cannot
Boca.
like this is
No.
distraction. Like these shoes that she just found.
So I'm gonna go right here just to make
Dr.
show
Boca,
you.
you're having your own therapy session, I have to tell you.
I mean, look at these. Look at how gorgeous these are. Do you want to talk about them? Because they're amazing. They're not your size, Rach. They happen to be mine, but I do have some with your size here.
Let's hear all about it. All right, Tracy, you have the floor. Talk to us about these sandals.
So they are Valentino.
Of course they are.
And they are black.
Should I take them off so that people can really get a sense of them?
They're like gladiator and flat pointed slides, and they might have been worn once.
Okay.
They look like they're in
gorgeous.
an impeccable, like absolutely magnificent condition.
And they're what size?
A 38.
Not yours.
Oh, you know, Dr. Boca, I feel like for some reason it isn't a coincidence that both pairs of shoes you brought to the table here are 38. But
Okay, Rach, if you were here, I found you a beautiful,
Beautiful.
classic round-toed Chanel
Chanel pump.
pump.
okay.
Okay,
I'm
and look
listening.
at these Prada espadrilles with a peekaboo toe,
I'm listening.
black and white, and they're your size.
They're gorgeous. They really
I felt
are.
like you would like them both.
really
I know your
are.
taste.
Thank you for sharing the wealth. No pun
I
intended.
tried to stick my foot in it. It did not work.
No.
So I just want to go back, Rachel, to one
Yeah.
thing is when you say
Please.
retail therapy is
Yes.
definitely a thing because I did it last week on a bad day and it wasn't
Okay.
actually in the store, my sneakers,
They're adorable.
which will probably be here at some point because that's the story of how the curated closet started
Yeah.
from all of my stuff. But I I love nothing more than seeing the excitement on all of these people's faces when whether they spend $20 or $3,000. It's like just amazing to
Yeah.
see the excitement, and then that gives me the whole dopamine rush that, I've succeeded at what my
Yeah.
mission is to create this.
I would imagine because I'm not even in the store, but I am feeling the enthusiasm through the technology of just even Dr. Boca's excitement of mulling around, finding things, seeing the smile on her face, and reading her reaction. And it feels great. So by osmosis, I feel like I'm getting some retail therapy. I can imagine as the owner doing what you love and sharing that passion. It's just what goes around comes around, and I feel like it is a full circle moment, and I commend you for that because it's gotta be a great feeling to make other people smile in a world that sometimes we lack those smiles.
Yeah, it's fun.
So I have a question. I'm back from now I'm cold. Okay. So, and I'm obsessed with this. So, my question is I might be speaking for a friend. I
A
might
friend
not
to
be.
you.
So, like, what happens in that retail therapy moment
Mhm.
where you get super, super excited that you might have bought a pair of Gucci shoes and you were so excited by them. And then you got home and they weren't as comfortable as you initially thought. Is it like taboo, acceptable? Like, is there to recycle it again? Is that not appropriate? Like, is there a length of time I need to keep them?
Oh, if you bought them, so one thing at the curated closet, we don't have returns.
Okay.
However, if you bought something and they weren't as comfortable, come back and consign
I can
them.
consign them.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, somebody's going to get the best pair of Gucci shoes that just didn't work on my foot. But let me tell you, Rachel, that moment of that high that you were just kind of talking about, um, was magical when I saw them on the shelf. It's very interesting. And I think some of our listeners can understand. It's like, you don't come in here for something. Like sometimes I'm just dropping off my own clothes, right? And there's it starts as a whisper and it's like, see me, hear me, try me. And then it gets louder and louder. And then you're like, oh, do I really need this? No, I don't really need this. You need me. Buy me. Buy me. Buy
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Right. And who am I? I mean, haven't you watched some of those videos with the dogs that you go to the adoption center and you sit and then the dog finds you? That's what the Jews were doing to me. They were finding me. I was just standing there like an innocent bystander. And it's happened way more times than I would like to acknowledge.
Well, again, with Dr. Boca, when you were trying on some beautiful finds, I was sharing with Tracy that I can hear the enthusiasm in your voice. That it really is like a real pick me up, and I think it's super cool. And to your point, though, when you were saying that it starts out as a whisper and pick me, look at me, touch me, right? I'm thinking of the problem that I have amongst many, but one of my unpolished problems when it comes to fashion and clothes and my own kind of disease of retail therapy is that I buy it with no intention of having any idea where I'm going to wear it to, but I want it because it speaks to me and it does feel that dopamine rush. What happens though is that then I see it in my closet. I do look at it. I do pet it. I say hello to it. I visit it. I give it that
You're a good
love that you're
mom.
supposed to do with plants.
Mhm.
But plants and we don't have a real good relationship, but clothes and I do.
I'm
Okay.
not good with plants
Me
either.
neither.
And then it really does build up. And when I take the time to think about, oh my God, I bought that knowing I didn't know where I was going to wear it to, but I just had to have it. And I see the tags on it. It does then start to gnaw at me. That who do I think I am? And where am I going in that? And what am I doing with it? And while it is to look at, it and observe it and pay attention to it, it really is picking up space. The trends are moving. I do believe that style is individual, especially when you're unpolished and you kind of feel like you use your own, joie de vivre and your own confidence to own an outfit, if you will. But at some point, I think the edit button needs to be pressed. And I wonder if one of the things that you offer your existing clients and potential future clients, do you do house visits? Do you come in and survey the merchandise? And see, Rachel, I see where you were going with that when you wanted it 4 years ago, but you've never worn it once. And I think we can clear it out. Would you come to clients' homes and take a look, or what is that another arm of business?
So I actually I started doing house visits before I even opened the store.
Mhm.
And now I don't have as much time and flexibility.
Mhm.
However, I am making exceptions
Okay.
for referrals of
Okay.
people that have that are known, um, that have the inventory that will work.
Yeah.
I'm also optimistic that I'm in the midst of growing and looking to hire a couple of people. So I'll have a bit more flexibility to do more house visits
Sure.
again. So, yes, the answer is yes. That was long winded, but it might just not, it might take with scheduling a little bit of
Sure.
flexibility.
So
So,
I have
yes,
a question.
yes.
In terms of like seasonal stuff, right? We live in Florida and like so we get lucky that we, you know, can always do spring and summer stuff. But in terms of winter stuff, I mean, we just had a cold front here, but what's the rule? Is there like certain months that you're acquiring the winter stuff? I mean, I've got to imagine that you don't want to inundate your store with inventory that's winter related, but then you have like ski season and all of that. So how does that work for our listeners?
So for right now, because we do have a lot of snowbirds that come from the Northeast,
Mhm.
I am accumulating some winter items. I have winter jackets and sweaters. The one thing I've not accepted are full fur coats just for storage
Sure.
purposes.
Mhm.
However, if the time happens where I have a bigger space and I do have an opportunity, by all means, I will present those. But I won't take winter items, let's say after April.
Got it.
Mhm.
And those items will get marked down unless, again, they're luxury, every 30 days. And smart shoppers will buy those items in off
Exactly.
season because,
Exactly. Yeah.
again, everything is new and like new and in
Right.
beautiful condition and will get great deals.
Yeah, and that's why I love it. So, okay. So tell me, coming in here, what goes first? Is it the accessories? Because like I'm an accessory whore. I'm a shoe, bag, and jewelry whore relative to the clothes. But you have such great clothes. You have such great accessories. You have amazing shoes, as we've already been through. I haven't even talked about all the bags. I just showed you like three of many, many that are stunning. What goes?
Everything,
Everything.
everything.
Wow.
So when I first opened up, I had a ton of brand new Lululemon with tags.
Mm,
I had like 3 racks. It flew out in 1 month.
wow.
All Lululemon flew out. If they don't have tags, they don't fly out. So I'm finding that people are a little bit more hesitant in buying consigned athleisure, or I should say
Y-
exercise wear.
Yeah, I mean, I have to jump on that and agree. It's one thing if the exercise clothes have tags on it. Just can't see that I would be buying someone's sweaty workout
Yeah.
pants. I just don't see that happening, right?
Yeah. As I first opened and I saw what was selling and what hasn't sold. So coincidentally enough, I work with a boutique, and I'm speaking with another one that as they have items that don't sell, they purge and consign their items. So I have brand new inventory that's in retail stores right now
Well,
at a discounted price with
that's
tax.
fantastic. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's really great. I look, I think that this trend is here to stay. I think everyone loves a deal, and I can't think of anyone who wouldn't love a luxury deal to boot. So I think it's phenomenal. And Dr. Boca, again, you pulled the right end of the stick on this one today, lady. You better come home with some unpolished stuff for me to kind of peruse through.
I might have to buy you the Prada shoes just to make up for the fact that you weren't
There you
here
go.
today.
There
I
you
mean, that would
go.
be a generous little gift of mine, wouldn't it be?
But Rachel,
Yeah.
I
tell
wanted
me.
to say, when you're ready, I'm happy to go through your closet and
I have an idea.
Let's
Why
hear it,
don't
TV.
you go through Rachel's closet? I will be there and I can record the process of what that's going to look like. Because let me tell you, listeners, if you want to see a closet, Rachel's is the closet to see. It is
Well, I don't know
magnificent.
about that. Okay, but there put it this way, there's definitely gonna be stuff in there that you're gonna have a field day with. And we will go through, are we keeping it or are we sweeping it, right? What's hot and what's not. You know me, there's going to be a story behind every piece of clothing, and
Everything.
we're going to have to go through. Is this something that we're going to store, or are you going to say, Rachel, this is a bore and it's out the door,
And
right?
I mean, look at how great you did that. So you're ready and prepared for this. And for the record, I need to be there because I will help with the grieving process. That would be the real
Well,
therapy.
that's the therapy. Again, I said before when you were trying on a hot pair of shoes, Dr. Boca, we do want to protect your license, and this isn't real therapy, although it really does seem as though in lieu of the couch, right? We always are ditching the couch and grabbing the mics. Today we're grabbing a hot pair of high heel Giuseppe's and a Chanel little pocketbook, and that's all the therapy or non-therapy that we need, right, to get through this episode.
Absolutely. And I always laugh, Tracy, right? Because Rachel, you'll appreciate this. I get so much pushback when I tell people what my hourly rate is, right? And they have no problem spending 3 times that much in half the time because they're walking away with something, right? It's like I don't give them a prize at the end, right? It's like the hair cutter cuts the hair and they look magnificent. The nail polish people, the nail techs make your nails look pretty. You get to give them clothing, and I just get to make them feel worse sometimes. So apparently, I'm gonna have to give out prizes at the end of my sessions. And this is where the therapy piece comes in. Listen, it's a instant gratification and it's a short-term like fix, right? Hit, fix, whatever word we want to use. And I've experienced it. Everybody's experienced it, as Rachel talked about and Tracy spoke to. But the reality is it's only a short-term fix. But at least we can come to my office looking amazing when they shop at Curated Closet first, right?
absolutely.
So it's a win-win-win for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What am I missing in terms of, so we always say we know what we know, but we don't know what we don't know. Tell me something, Tracy, that I haven't asked you yet that our listeners and the viewers, if they're watching on YouTube, need to know about consigning, and most notably in particular the curated closet that you want our audience to know.
So I think a lot of times people come in and want to shop what's either in style or on trend and make sure that they feel like they are not looking like they are
1990
unpolished.
calls. Yeah.
However, no, you look fabulous always. I think that at the end of the day, it took me a long time to figure this out, is that you need to wear and buy the things that you're comfortable in and that make you feel and look good, that you feel good in, that you feel confident in. So whether they're skinny jeans or they're wide leg jeans or they're tight tops or big tops, you know your body and what makes you feel good. And so I say throw out all the rules
Mhm.
of what's in
Mhm.
and wear what you feel good in.
I love that.
Rachel, and I love that too. Do you remember many moons ago, we had a guest who was talking about body type, right? And that we need to dress for our body
Mhm.
type. And I think that that's something, Tracy, that you're speaking to, which is we're not dressing for the trend. We're dressing for what looks good on your body type. Because when your body type is being catered to, I guess, we're going to feel better about what we're wearing because it fits us appropriately. And so for some people, skinny jeans was never the jean choice to make. But listen, I'm also a believer. What's one of my favorite sayings, right?
Oh, I know. I know.
But just
And well, I'm gonna botch it, and I won't say it as eloquently as you say it, but I believe it's if you wanted a different result, you got to do it differently. Or if you do the same thing over and over, and you're expecting something different,
okay, yes, and
right?
yes, it's one of them. Yes, and it was if you always do what you've always done, you'll always
Oh,
get what you always want. That wasn't the one I was going to. It's the
it
other
was.
one, but that one's really important too. But I don't believe that any extreme is good,
Oh,
right? And so therefore, just because it may not be totally for your body doesn't mean that we can't go outside the model every once in a while if we feel good.
Yep.
And you just have to be self-assured enough to say, no, I feel good in this outfit. Yes, we should try to dress within our body because it's probably going to result in the best confidence because it's what your body's screaming for. But sometimes it doesn't work out and have some fun with it. I mean,
Yeah.
you are like the stylist connoisseur. Like every time I see Tracy, to our listeners, she is in an outfit that in a billion years I couldn't have put together if I tried. And it's amazing. And yet I'm complimenting her and she's looking at my jeans and she's like, "Oh, are those rag and bone? I love those." Right? And so I'm like, "Oh, kudos to me that I actually was on point." Right? And the guru liked what I was wearing, but even with that, I still couldn't produce on me what Tracy produces on her. And so if you guys need help in fashion while you're at the store, just ask Tracy because she will style you from head to toe.
It's fun.
it
So
sounds like Tracy, you can bring out the inner Carrie Bradshaw in all of us and sign me up for that. Can I make it down to like what are your hours? And I think I should hightail it and come on down and join the party. If we do want to come and show up, let us know how we can reach you and what your hours of operation are, because I want to come on down and join the fun.
So we're open Tuesdays from 12 to 5 and Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 5. We do offer private shopping hours or private shopping parties.
Amazing.
So we've done several of them and they're successful. And I do want to offer all of your listeners a special little discount if they come in and say that they heard about us from Unpolished Therapy. We'll give them 10% off.
Oh, I
oh my
love
goodness,
that.
listeners, did
I
you
thought
hear
you were going to say you're going to give them the Chanel bag, but beggars can't be choosers.
that?
They'll take the 10%, and that's so gracious of you, Tracy.
you.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We'll link all of your details in the show notes, your hours, your website, um, and how to reach you directly if you have email and so on and so forth. This has been so much fun. The only thing that would be more fun if I was down there
Yeah.
joining you, Dr. Boca,
Look,
today. But
Next time.
No, next time we're going to be in her closet.
Okay, 2 times after
that's
that.
right.
I'll give up my spot, but it's gonna cost
Absolutely.
you, Rach, literally. It's gonna cost you if you come in here, just telling you.
That's okay. We can split the profit and we'll throw it back into the podcast. How about that?
There you go.
Is that a
There you
deal?
go.
Is that a deal?
Okay,
Is that a deal?
sure.
I'm loving this. To our listeners and the viewers out there, I hope you had as much fun this hour that we all did. And I hope you learned a little bit about what consignment is all about. I hope you'll throw your hat or your shoes or your belt or your t-shirts or your jeans in the ring and give it a go, certainly at the Curated Closet, because this is a home run. And I'm so glad that you enlightened us on everything that is consignment. If you out there have any questions for Dr. Boca or myself, you know how to reach us at unpolishedtherapy@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Unpolished Therapy. TikTok, we could use some curation there. Okay, our fashion there isn't so terrific, but listen, we can consign and redo and get a little facelift. But TikTok is at Unpolished Therapy Podcast, I believe. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube page at Unpolished Therapy Podcast. I have loved being on the corner of audacity and advice, even though it sounds like the corner of the curated closet was a better place to be today. Dr. Boca, thank you for another gold star guest, an idea and topic, and something to learn about. I cannot say thanks enough. I love being with you for sure. Final thought.
Oh, I just, for all of our listeners, if you guys want to see what Tracy has, and some of the things that I tried on today, definitely, I know you guys listen religiously while you're walking and doing your workouts and stuff, and you listen to us, on just a regular podcast. But if you want to see some of this stuff, we're going to post, maybe some additional, clips also at the end of the episode, just so you can see, and you'll see in our background as well as all the stuff that I tried on today. So thank you, Tracy, from the bottom of my heart, not only for being here today and educating us and sharing your inventory with us, but for being brave and starting a whole different career and choosing to do it in Boca, where we can shop and we can clean out our house. And it feels so liberating. And so thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting me
Always.
and for coming and choosing to speak with me. It's been such a fun time, and I can't wait to go through Rachel's closet and
That's gonna be
clean it
so fun.
out. And I can't wait for you to come shopping again.
Oh, I'm there. I'm in.
I can't wait. From the bottom of my closet, I thank you both. And my wheels have gotten spun upside down. I'm sure our listeners have too. You wonderful ladies are fantastic, and I thank you both. I am Rachel Silver Cohen, and that is the one and only DB Dr. Boca with our special guest, Tracy from The Curated Closet. This has been another episode of Unpolished Therapy. See you next time, guys.
Great sesh, girls! Hey everyone, like what you heard? Then don't miss out on what comes next. Subscribe now and please give the girls a 5-star rating. Learn more at www.unpolishedtherapy.com. Find and like them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll see you next week when Rachel Silver-Cohen and Dr. Boca ditch the couch, grab the mic, and break down all the wreckage.